and put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I've got you, babe. I've got you, babe. Okay, campers, rise and shine. Don't forget your booties because it's cold out there today.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach?
Not hardly, and you expect hazardous travel later today. What with that blizzard thing?
This blizzard thing. That blizzard thing. Oh, well, I've got National Weather Report right here that says there's going to be a big blizzard thing later today.
Yes, there is. And you know what makes today especially exciting?
Especially cold.
Yes, especially cold. It's pushing on everybody's lips.
Their chapped lips.
Yes, their chapped lips. Will Phil come out and see his shadow?
Punxsutawney Phil.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. You're listening to Groundcast Day,
a Groundhog Day podcast.
Oh, we get your hog out there. We.
And this is episode
39, dude.
Of 52. And today is September 7th, 2019.
2:15 p.m.
Trump's still in office.
And so is a Sharpie.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharpie heard round the world.
Of a giant man baby.
So first,
to reality.
How was your watch for 2 weeks ago? Because there was a little delay on us doing this. How was your 2 week ago watch?
My last week's watch, actually.
Yep.
I don't remember. It was on a Saturday. It was last Saturday, which would be September 1st? Or no, August 30th? August 31st?
Something like that, I don't know.
August 31st. Yeah, I guess it was a normal watch. I was just hanging out in my house. I was supposed to come here, and then you said you were sick or something, and I didn't come.
No, last week I said I felt run down because it's been kind of a rough working recently. Where like 6 days, 5.5 days a week right now. Stuff happens. Yeah. My watch was both great and horrid.
Oh,
because I watched it before you got here for our previous recording, and then I watched I
didn't get here at all.
No, for a previous recording.
Yeah.
I watched the first half of the movie you got here. Remember, I took you about 40-something
minutes
to get here.
That was two episodes ago.
Yep, and then, no, that was 2 weeks ago. And then when you left, I continued watching the movie. So I watched that movie twice in one day.
That's right.
I don't recommend doing that, especially when you do it at normal speed.
For humans.
It's at this point in this experiment, twice in one day.
Bad.
Mm-hmm. Still, I enjoyed the movie, but it might have been a little too much.
Groundhog Man, bad.
Oh, you have no... yeah. But I will talk about the pros of that in our next episode.
Okay.
What that means.
Alright, so why don't you open up our Discord so we can see what my other notes were.
And actually, really quickly, this is what I sang for the entire thing after you left the other day as I watched the back half of it. I don't remember the tune of it anymore. Was it... There will be mornings you'll be utterly defeated by your laces. Days when every look looks condescending. Empty smile. I don't get it. It's Hope from Groundhog Day where he hopes that he can die after.
Let's listen to the Groundhog Day musical on YouTube.
And I was practicing this thing all morning, and I lost the thing. Oh, wow.
He has no sense of music or rhythm.
Actually, I do. From all the music theater, it's just that I can't. I can't get it. I need to hear the music to get the thing.
Yeah.
And I have not found a karaoke track of it yet either, so it's kind of hard.
It's a little bit of an obscure show because, as you know, they didn't go national.
Yeah, no, I watched an even obscure show recently, so yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, that's enough of our niceties. Let's go on with a continuation of Bobby's notes from 2 weeks ago.
All right. This is what I would have talked about if I had been here last week.
So you had brought up... I cut out all the ones that we hadn't talked about, like took them out already.
Or that we had.
Yeah, we had talked about them. So, one of the first things you said is like, what was the significance of Phil's Blizzard prediction being wrong?
Yeah.
What do you think, Bobby? What do you think?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Why was... When Phil comes in, at the beginning, he predicts that the blizzard will not hit Punxsutawney. And then it does. So, does that have any kind of bearing on the overall plot or philosophy of this film?
Well, we know that outside of the film, that was because there was mystical forces taking place to correct them. Within our own personal canon, that would still be the case, that there are mystical forces taking place where the storm is being pulled towards him. because it's Groundhog Day and he has to learn his lesson.
And Rita is a snow angel, etc.
And then they go even further into the sequel. Do you want to touch upon that this week or for our next episode? Let's touch on the next episode. I'll come back to it.
I think that's more.
I'll talk about that in the next episode. Yeah, I think just in the regular watch, it's just simply, we all know that weathermen are never right. Or not always right. They have a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. As the song at the beginning says, prediction shows that Mariano's and you're right the same. I don't know.
Don't sing the song unless you have the lyrics.
No, I don't have the lyrics in front of me.
You would think we would know this by now.
It's just a prediction.
But I have blocked out large
as
swaths.
we know, weathermen are not climate scientists, and they do not know everything.
Nope.
They cannot predict the long term. They can only vaguely predict the short term.
So, outside of the film, yes, it's significant. Like, personal canons, it's significant, because otherwise you don't get the Snow Angel. But within the world, it's just simply prediction show, the weatherman knows. Yeah, whatever the line is. But it's just to show that he's fallible, that he's not perfect. We already know he's not perfect because he's kind of an ass, but that's kind of it. And it's just kind of a plot point that keeps him there. That's the only thing. It's the only thing that keeps this movie a locked room bottle episode.
The room, if you will. The town.
You betrayed me!
Rita.
Yes.
As Tommy Wiseau.
Yes. Then your next point, like I hate just doing. I like to do it more loosey goosey, a little bit more whatever.
I'll do it free flow. I don't care.
So just the other thing that had popped into my head is, well, actually, I'm just laughing at you're talking about dubbed over things in the film.
Yep.
You talked about how the groundhog was dubbed during the chase scene.
Yeah.
How were they going to get that groundhog to speak, Bobby? That groundhog was having a fit. He was freaking out.
No, actually, it was the whole family, wasn't it?
It was, but the specific groundhog in the chase scene was one groundhog. I call the big one Bitey.
Oh, and it bit him?
That's the one that bit him.
It was a male?
It was a male. That was the one that freaked out and bit him because it did not like being held and in the car.
Well, there you go. They should have stuck with female groundhogs.
That one probably ripped his face off.
Oh.
So I don't think there's any significance to that. And then there's the kid falling out of a tree.
I didn't say anything about significance. I just pointed it out. I said, you can clearly tell that was dubbed over.
Well, yeah, like I said, it brings to the other mind, other points of the movie that we know are dubbed over. The kid falling out of the tree. Which, here, let me give you the weird... the other thing I was experimenting in with this last week has been neural networks. Mm-hmm. And just that line of you saying...
Some sort of big brain thing?
No, that stuff was... I'll bring that up after again in this week. No, that's Will and Grace. That's not a reference to this movie.
No.
Oh, man, where is all this weird... When Rita says, no, that's another thing.
If only brought my laptop.
It's because I have to go so far back, because this I didn't save. I wasn't intending on doing this. Oh, yeah, okay. So, like I said, neural networks are weird. You wrote, when the boy screams while falling from the tree, it's dubbed in. And then the neural network replies, the boy had to be extricated with a ladder. Although the fall wasn't in the tree was put under a tarp when the incident happened Sunday around 4 a.m. A neighbor told the Herald Sun today that the boy was just in a bad mood after spending a day sleeping outside.
So let's be clear, the neural network here is some sort of bot that Randy is talking to.
Yeah, it's believed someone found him with no clothes near the front yard of a home in Marijuana White. There was a number of neighbors who witnessed the boy fall, but none reported an incident.
Well, we do see that boy at the hospital on the night when the homeless guy dies. So
yeah, that's
when Phil doesn't interfere, he does in fact break his leg, and so somebody must have called the police and the ambulance.
Yeah, but like I said, neural networks are weird and has brought me such joy this week because they're weird.
That just reminds me of my hatred of Happy Death Day 2. My pure hatred of that movie, and more importantly, my disdain for that movie.
Which you dislike more? Happy Death Day, the series, or Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day.
You dislike Groundhog Day more?
Oh, dislike?
Yeah,
no,
dislike.
I dislike Happy Death Day.
Okay.
But only because of part 2. Part 1 is not that bad on its own.
So let's jump from the kid and how the things that he does... I might be pulling from future stuff, but whatever.
Why not?
So, we know that there are consequences. When he doesn't save the kid from the tree, he breaks his leg. Mm-hmm. So, in the scene in which... What's the purpose then, Bobby? In the scene in which he saves Buster with the Heimlich maneuver, he turns around and gives a lady cancer by lighting her cigarette. Why did he do that?
That was a newer story. That was supposed to be for next week's episode.
It doesn't matter anymore, Bobby. Time isn't linear. Time is linear.
Time is circular.
It is a flat circle.
Yeah, I told Randy, okay, he goes out of his way, and as we know, in every iteration of Groundhog Day, up until the last few times, Buster Green, who is the main speech man.
He's the mayor, yeah.
He's the mayor of the town?
He's the mayor of the town. And
he's the mayor of the town, and he's the main the main person on the stage during
Groundhog Committee.
Day,
yeah,
dies of choking on a steak, and in the last few iterations, Phil figures this out and saves him with the Heimlich maneuver. And I was just wondering why Phil goes out of his way to save Buster with the Heimlich maneuver, and then turns around and lights a woman's cigarette.
Joe, just a quick aside on that. I don't think Buster actually dies, but I do think that because they didn't cancel the actual party afterwards, because there's still remnants of the party going on. Like even in the other days that we see briefly, just that we never
only see
interact
people
with
sitting at the bar.
And I think if the guy was I think he got hurt. I think somebody did help, but I don't think his.
You think he went brain dead?
I don't think he's brain dead. He's not Phil jumping through the timelines. No, but I do think that he is obviously hospitalized. That maybe he had a little too much air loss. Maybe he's unconscious right now. It's like maybe he did some major damage to his throat.
The weird thing is, on no other day has anybody ever mentioned, "Oh, Buster died."
Exactly.
Never.
That's why I said I think that something may have happened. Nobody ever talks about the kid getting hurt. No. Nobody talks about the ladies breaking down on the on the road.
Well, that's a minor incident, Randy.
Yeah, but they block the whole road when they break down. Yeah, and it's a small town, and as you know from small towns, the stupidest little tiny things can grow to be the biggest things.
Mm-hmm. No, but I'm just saying, I think the weird point was that, keep in mind it's 1993, but they still knew then that, he turns around after saving Buster's life, lights a woman's cigarette, thus giving her cancer for life, which she will probably die of, let's be honest. So he kind of negated saving Buster.
So I have my reply to that, Bobby.
Okay. Reply guy, Randy.
As in all things, there must be balance.
Yep.
So his evening out the scales. For one life he saved, one other must die eventually down the road.
So Phyllis Thanos.
Phyllis Thanos, yes.
Which I never saw those stupid movies, but I just happen to know the memes.
So I said, as in all things, there must be balance.
Yeah. There you go. All right, so Phil gives and Phil takes away.
Phil giveth and Phil taketh away.
Yep.
So when he saves that boy,
and by the way,
tree, does that mean the little girl that's in the middle of the street in the deleted scene dies and gets crippled?
No, she doesn't die. She's just crippled.
There has to be a balance, right? In this movie?
That boy would have got saved. She's crippled. She's #2 cripple.
So let's move on to one of your other points that I like to jump around in.
Jump around.
Random points that Bobby's pointed out here.
Jump up.
That highway where they get stuck is literally one way. There's no way the cars can turn around.
Yep.
I researched and I researched and I researched.
I made this guy do homework.
What would happen if there was a severe snowstorm and you could not turn your cars around?
Yep.
The answer seems to be from the most recent ones. Sit there and die, or get out of your car and walk.
That's what it says?
No, there's literally no guys. There's nothing in the codes, nothing. But all the last couple of major snowstorms we had in the U.S. and in Canada, where the major roads were shut down like that because of a severe snowstorm, it was stay in the car until the rescue people come, and which in many cases a lot of them died because the rescues couldn't come because of the severity of the snowstorm, or get out of your car, leave it, and walk back.
Yeah, so in those days, we don't really see Phil, Rita, and Larry getting out and walking back.
It's like my Google foo might be bad, but I could not find out what the protocol was.
This is 93, when there was no Google.
Unless after he's blocked them off, maybe they have another guy going, no, back up, and telling people to back off.
This is the 90s, so I'm not sure. Maybe they did have a way to U-turn you around, but now there's no way to U-turn because those concrete barriers would be there. And
the Jersey barriers. Maybe they had, like I said, another state trooper there. The one that actually had the deep voice and not the one that was on the camera. They got dubbed over. Maybe they had him going down saying, no, stop, and then he's waving them back saying, no, and then turning them to the U-turn where the cops go.
Yeah.
So maybe he was started redirecting, and then maybe eventually people were going to back up and go that way.
Like reverse your cars, go back.
Yeah, while the other guy's doing it, maybe they have a
because we do see him like later on that day at the gas station going like, "I'm a celebrity in emergency."
You've got the moisture on your head.
So we know that like he does in fact manage to get out of there in that day. I'm just wondering how the fuck they did it because it's clearly a one-way and there's like a big truck blocking that tunnel.
Yeah, I also think there is no significance to the sketch of the woman in the psychiatrist's office. I think it's literally just like what artsy, what pretentious things can we shove in the psychiatrist's office in this sound stage? In this factory we were in, like this storage area.
So Randy's not explaining it very well. There is a hand-drawn portrait of a woman in the psychiatrist's office.
Yeah, it's just a prop. It's just there to show, it's like, oh, look at how intelligent I am. I have art on my wall.
So he's a big brain psychiatrist.
No, he's a little brain in a small town.
Yeah.
A little big brain in a small town.
He's a little brain in the smallest town in any town.
That's why
like
I said, I don't think there's any significance to it.
I know, I'm just thinking, I'm just looking desperately for anything that we could look at for in the background.
The one that I was laughing at and just like I was confused by it.
Oh boy.
No, actually I'll bring that up because this is literally next week's episode. I'll bring that up next.
Uh-oh.
But you kept bringing up the full drinks that the people are leaving at the bar.
Yep.
When my watching today, I paid close attention to it. Mm-hmm. So in the Rita scene and the Nancy scene at the end, they get drinks and Bobby believes they leave it at the bar. But if you look at it closely, they're frosted glasses. I literally got up, I looked at it like, oh, that's a frosted glass.
Randy with a fucking close inspection, realizing that those white drinks are in fact nothing but frosted glasses.
Yeah, the glasses were empty. That's why Phil offers to buy her a drink because she's done.
So do you think in universe those were just frosted glasses?
Yeah, I think in universe those are frosted glasses.
So you can just order a frosted glass from the bar?
No, I think it's just that's what it is. No, you know what I mean by frosted, right? It means that it's opaque. It's not that it's literally...
Oh.
Yeah. Though... There are bars where you can actually order iced glass, like you can order like glasses that were stored in the cold. Mm-hmm. But no, by frosted I mean it's the actual thing of...
Yeah, okay, the glass itself is opaque.
Opaque, yeah.
So we don't know how much liquid is in there.
Yeah, that's why it's like he's requesting because it's...
So it could have been empty for all we know. But
yeah.
It just looks like it's white.
That's it. It is white, but they're just frosted.
Okay. I was wondering if they were like all drinking like some kind of white drink, like a fucking...
Well, at least it's not the blue milk.
Like a lemon, something with lemon juice. Vodka lemon.
It's like you kept bringing it up. You brought it up like a good solid 3 times, 4 times.
It was
over 3 watches. Over 3 watches.
It was bothering me. I was looking at it. I'm like, who the fuck? These women keep ordering these white drinks.
All white ladies are the same.
Yeah, all white women all order white drinks. White like my skin. Make it white like my skin. They say.
Nope, that's the cutoff line for this one this week. So you had also brought up the idea that on days when Phil gives money to the homeless guy, the John Candy looking guy doesn't. That's because in many cases when he does, he's actually left earlier. Like it's a different time than we've seen him go in the past. Because he's been altering his schedule, right? He gets up and he starts doing all this stuff, so he's there earlier than when that guy passes. There is slight differences to the passing cars in the background and to the other people there. So I'm confident in saying that sequence is at a different time of the day.
Okay.
Like either earlier or a little bit later.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, like he literally ran out of the building. Said, "Okay, I gotta get going," because he has to remember he has to go get coffee from somewhere, speak to Buster, pump them for information, and that. Yeah.
Oh wait, so are you saying that John Candy shows up earlier than normal or later than normal?
Yeah, the John Candy impersonator either showed up earlier or later.
But it's got to be earlier.
Well, we can't tell anything by the end. There's nothing to seem to actually indicate.
There's nothing to show
the time.
But in case of sunlight, because as we all know, it's somehow blindingly bright.
It's not a Nancy situation where she's not standing where she should be. Mm-hmm. It's literally a case of, okay, look, the cars aren't moving because they were very strict on that scene of having cars pass at the same time, of the same people coming down the thing. It wasn't the same people. It wasn't the same cars.
In cars.
So, with that, everybody, we've...
it's already been 20 minutes?
It's been 19 minutes, so...
No, we gotta talk for another minute, bro.
Oh, I know, but I can talk about...
We gotta give them at least 20 minutes of content. We can't cheap out.
Do we have to give them 20 minutes of content?
It's in our contract.
But what about our mandated 5 minutes where we can talk about anything we want?
Something else.
We have 30 seconds to talk about what we want.
Okay, what do you want to talk about, bro? I was at the Corn Fest today.
the littlest town
in this River City.
In the River City.
It was not a very good corn fest. It was like literally like one trip of like booths.
It's a first timer thing. It's not corn stalk from like 20 years ago. It's just a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Little things.
It's the little things.
And with that, we'll see you on next week's episode.
There you go. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
One listener.